All right, today we're diving into the silent guardians of our vehicles. The systems that kick in a split second to keep us safe when things go sideways. We're going to explore the incredible science behind primary safety and braking systems. So, picture this. You're cruising along at 50 miles an hour. Out of nowhere, an obstacle pops up. You hit the brakes. Hard. In that single moment, two critical battles are being fought. The first one? It's between your tires and the road. A desperate fight to keep traction and not skid out of control. The second battle, though, that one's happening right inside the car. It's a battle between your body and the fundamental laws of physics. See, even after the car screeches to a halt, your body still wants to keep moving forward at that full 50 miles per hour. Now, to win these battles, our vehicles have these amazing silent guardians, airbags and anti-skid braking systems. We're going to break down how they use some pretty cool chemistry and electronics to protect drivers, especially folks in the armed forces, who face these high-stakes situations all the time. But before we can really appreciate how these safety systems work, we first have to get a handle on the core problem they're built to solve. And it all starts with one key concept from physics: momentum. So, here's the bottom line. Your momentum is just your mass times how fast you're going. When your car hits something, an outside force, the crash itself, acts on the car, stopping it dead in its tracks. The problem is that force hasn't acted on you yet. Your momentum is still carrying you forward, and that's exactly the danger these systems are designed to fight. So let's meet our first silent guardian, the airbag. It's a truly brilliant chemical solution that's designed to safely deal with all that dangerous forward momentum. As you can see, the whole system really boils down to three main parts. First up, at number 1, you've got the bag itself. It's just a thin nylon fabric, all folded up neatly in your steering wheel or dashboard. Second is the sensor. Think of this as the trigger. It's looking for a collision force that's like hitting a brick wall at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And third, you have the inflation system. And this is where some really amazing chemistry gets to shine. And this slide shows that amazing chemistry in action. The inflation system uses a super fast reaction between two chemicals, sodium azide and potassium nitrate. The result? A massive, nearly instant burst of completely harmless nitrogen gas. And that gas is what fills the airbag. Just how fast are we talking about here? Well, the bag inflates at an absolutely incredible 200 miles per hour. That is literally faster than you can blink. But here's the genius part. Just as quickly, that gas escapes through tiny holes in the bag. This is so important because it cushions your impact without actually trapping you. And this brings us to a super important point. Airbags are really only designed for head-on collisions. They are absolutely not a substitute for seatbelts. You need your seatbelt for protection in side swipes, if you get rear-ended, or for any secondary impacts that happen after the first crash. Seriously, always wear your seatbelt. Okay, so while airbags are there to protect you during a crash, the anti-skid braking system, or ABS, is all about helping you avoid the crash in the first place. The ABS has a few key players you can see right here. It all starts with speed sensors on every wheel, which are always checking how fast they're spinning. That info gets sent to the electronic control unit, the ECU, which is basically the brain of the whole operation. And finally, you've got a pump and some pressure-regulating valves that control the actual brake force on each wheel. So here's how they all work together. If the ECU senses that a wheel is about to lock up and start skidding, it instantly tells the valve to ease up on the brake pressure just for a millisecond so the wheel can get a grip again. The second it does, the system reapplies the pressure. This whole cycle happens dozens and dozens of times every single second. I love this analogy. It explains the idea perfectly. Instead of taking one long, blurry photo, which is like locking your brakes and skidding, ABS is like a pro photographer taking a burst of super sharp, rapid-fire shots. It pulses the brakes on and off, keeping the tires right at the very edge of their grip, which, crucially, lets you keep steering even while you're braking hard. Of course, technology is always moving forward, and ABS eventually evolved into an even smarter system, Electronic Stability Control, or ESC. So ESC actually builds right on top of the ABS system, but it adds two more critical sensors into the mix. There's a steering wheel angle sensor, which tells the system where you want the car to go, and then there's a gyroscopic sensor that knows which way the car is actually turning. If those two don't match up, say you're starting to fishtail, ESC can brake individual wheels to gently nudge the vehicle back onto the path you intended. Now, you should know that not all ABS systems are created equal. In a 3-channel system, the front 2 wheels get controlled independently, which is great, but the 2 rear wheels are controlled together, as a pair. This mostly works, but if just one rear wheel starts to lock up, the system reduces brake pressure for both. A four-channel system, on the other hand, gives every single wheel its own sensor and its own valve. That means you get maximum efficiency and the best possible grip for each individual tire. Okay, let's pull everything together that we've just talked about. You can think of this next part as your quick and dirty, exam-ready guide to primary vehicle safety systems. If you've got an exam, you need to know this logic loop. It's actually really simple. Step 1. The wheel's rotation gets read by the speed sensor. Step 2. The sensor zips that information over to the ECU. Step 3. The ECU does its calculation and sends a command to the pressure valve. And Step 4. The valve adjusts the brake pressure on the wheel, and the whole cycle starts all over again. So the whole thing boils down to this constant cycle of control you see right here. Sense, calculate, and adjust. The system is always in this continuous feedback loop, constantly listening to the wheels and tweaking the brake pressure to keep you in control of the vehicle. So let's do a super fast recap. Number 1, momentum is the physical force that makes all these safety systems so necessary. 2, airbags use a lightning-fast chemical reaction to make a cushion of nitrogen gas. 3, ABS stops your wheels from locking up so you can still steer. 4, the key parts of ABS are the sensors, the ECU, a pump, and valves. And 5, ESC is the next generation of ABS, adding gyroscopic and steering sensors to the party. And we'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. We know that on perfectly dry roads with good tires, ABS can sometimes actually make your stopping distance a tiny bit longer. So, with that in mind, why is it still considered an absolutely essential, non-negotiable safety feature? Well, the answer has less to do with just stopping and everything to do with control. Thanks for joining us.